This video is going to be about the best paying truck job out there right now today, because they hire you with little to no experience, like $1,400. And that's the bonus that you can make. Good thing about this company is I think it's very flexible when it comes to pay. We get pretty good miles here, very consistent miles. YouTube, good morning. It's your boy, Keep It Slow Trucking. And today's the 2nd of December, which means it's the second day of, what is it called again? Second day of Vlogmas. It's the second day of Vlogmas, guys. I've only been YouTubing for a year. I heard about Vlogmas last year, so I'm doing it this year. Today is the second, so I missed the first only because I was supposed to get my hair braided and hair cut yesterday, but I mean a couple days ago, but it folded on me, so I'm doing it today. So I'm doing a little vlog before my braiding and before my haircut and stuff, and then I'll do the actual video that I'm supposed to do, which is gonna be about the company I work for right now. It's a very good paying company, and if you guys need some money in trucking, don't believe the hype when they say there's no money in trucking, because there's a lot of money. All right, so I'm gonna do a review for this job I work for right now. So what's going on, YouTube? I'm back with the video. As you guys can see, I got my hair cut. I got my hair lined up and everything shaped up. So I wanted to shoot this video today. It's already late in the day and I don't want to waste my time, so I'm gonna cook some food, some soup in the meantime while I shoot this video. This video is going to be about the best paying truck job out there right now today. If you're a new driver with at least 3 months experience, you can get this job. You can live anywhere in America as long as you have more than 3 months experience with your CDL. This company is called Top Notch Truckers. I currently work there right now, but they are changing their company a little bit. So the name of the company, I believe, is going to be changed to Titan, but I'll put all the information there and everything in the description below. But yeah, best paying trucking job to have. I'm gonna tell you guys the pros and the cons in this video. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment, guys. So I got my pot going, and the most important thing, and first and foremost reason as why you want to work for Top Notch Truckers, is because they hire you with little to no experience. Like I said before, you gotta have at least 3 months to 6 months experience, and based on your experience is how much they pay you. And they may even hire you with no experience. Now, it's a case by case situation. This is a team driving job, so of course if you have a team driver that has more experience than you, and maybe you guys know each other for a long time, then you can probably work with the company and maybe they can train you and they'll be your team driver, and they can give you they'll give you the experience that you need. So yeah, the pro is they hire you with little to no experience. What's going on, Keep It Slow fam? So I'm just checking back in with y'all. I wasn't able to finish the video yesterday, so I'm trying to do it today. I will do it today. I'm walking my dog, so that's why you see me walking outside today. But I'm gonna continue straight away from the last video, the last clip. So another pro for working with Top Notch Truckers is that the job is very consistent. They have consistent lanes where you know exactly where you're gonna go, whether that means from Cali to Texas, from Texas to Florida. You're gonna be pretty consistent with the lane that you're in, so that means the miles are also pretty consistent too. So that's a pro for sure. Another pro for working with Top Notch Truckers is that they have a lot of bonuses. One of the bonuses they have is a bonus for staying out longer. So the minimum requirement that this company needs you to stay out for is 4 weeks. Like I said, if that's too much, you can work with them, and you do have a team driver. So if you and your team driver both agree to be out for longer or less, then more power to you as a team. But if you do stay out longer than 4 weeks, each week you stay out, you get paid an extra, I believe, $350. And the maximum amount of weeks you can stay out for is 8, really 9 weeks, but only 8 of those weeks will be paid with the bonus. So $350 times 8 is gonna bring you up to, I believe, $1,400. And that's the bonus that you can make just for staying out for an extra 4 weeks. And I wanted to put a quick side note here. When I first started working here, the bonus was at first $2,000. So they slowly dropped it to now what it's at is $1,400. And like I said, this company is going through some changes right now. They also changed the name of their company. So who knows, they might change the amount of the bonus as well to maybe back to 2,000, maybe more than 1,400. But just as what I know of as of today, this is what the bonus is currently at. And another pro here for this company is that they pay you in 1099. So you're a contracted employee. That means that they don't take taxes out of your check. So if you're ever worried about getting your full check or how much taxes are getting taken out, they pay you through a business account. So your business is gonna get all the money, and you can, like I said, you're not gonna get paid. You're not gonna get taxes taken out of your check. So just make sure you have a little bit of money saved up at the end of the year for your taxes, which is, it's kind of easy to do. Just calculate how much you're making, and you can go ahead and just set aside that money per week, per month, however you decide to do it. But you will get your full check, no taxes taken out at all. After talking about taxes, the next topic here will be the pay. So the good thing about this company is I think it's very flexible when it comes to pay. I never seen this option before in other companies, but they do offer two options, right? So the option that I chose when I first started was salary pay. So I get paid a set salary every single week. And like I said, I can get a bonus based off of how much miles I drive as well, which we did discuss. We get pretty good miles here, very consistent miles, and also the bonus for staying out longer than 4 weeks. The other pay option is going to be cent per mile. So I believe they're paying, like I said, I'm not a cent per mile driver, but I believe it's 75 cents a mile. And that's a good pay for team drivers. A lot of companies don't even pay 65 cents a mile, much less 75. So I think that's a very good, decent pay for a truck driver to have. You are doing teams, so more than likely you will get the miles. I'm just doing salary because when I first started, the salary pay was 2,000, and that was the only option they had. And now you have the option to make more than 2,000. Or you can do the salary, which they lowered to $1,750 a week. And another pro for this company is the amount of miles you get. So I did kind of touch on this earlier when I said this job is very consistent. But with the miles, you do get pretty much good miles every week. For me, I say I average about, as a team driver, my team averages about at least 4,000 miles a week. And like I said, there is a bonus if you go over 5,500, which I've gotten multiple times in a row. So the miles are very good here. If you're doing the CPM, you will get paid more than your average trucking job, because you will get easily over $2,000 in your account every week. So it's a pretty good CPM. It's a pretty good mile. This job does give you pretty good miles, so that's a very good pro here. A lot of drivers complain about the miles, so you won't have that issue at this job. Now, one of the best pros, in my opinion, is the professionalism. I've been driving for almost like a year and a half now, and I've been with about 3 companies. This company is very professional. You know, for the most part, they do have dispatch that talks to you every single day, and dispatch is very cordial. They're nice, they're well-mannered, they greet you with good mornings, they pretty much try to be as polite as possible. You know, if they do something wrong, you know, they can come out and say, hey, I'm sorry for what I did or how I spoke to you. So they're very professional, and that, you know, really goes a long way for a driver, because we got to deal with these people every day. So dealing with a dispatch that's not that, so dealing with a dispatch that's very professional does help you, you know, make your job a little easier. I think we all agree. So I'm still here. I had to get my car out the shop, so I'm at Firestone right now. But while I'm waiting to get spoken to by the mechanic, I'm gonna just talk to you guys real quick. So another pro about this company is that, you know, it's not a scam. You know, we all hear about these Russian companies and how they scam and do this and do that. This company is 100% legit. Do everything by the books. You don't have to worry about, you know, breaking some laws while you're working. It's just pretty much go to work and making money. So to follow up with that, you know, I realize some companies, they don't pay for your pre-pass and those things. Top-notch truckers, they do pay for your pre-pass, tolls, Pretty much anything that involves you driving the truck is not coming out of your pocket. It's all handled by the company. So that's definitely a pro. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy, Keep It Slow Silly. Just kidding, guys. So I'm back in the house. As you can see, got my dog here with me, and I'm sipping on a cup of tea. And I wanted to drop the next pro for top notch. Is the company has pretty good management. You know, when you get hired on, you meet the owner of the company. He sits down and gives a class to you about, you know, pre-tripping and post-tripping and just being safe on the road. And in the group chat itself, like when you get hired on, you're in a group chat with everyone that's pretty much in management. You're in the chat with dispatch, you're in the chat with accounting and everyone. So everyone's pretty, you know, they have like a chain of command that they follow, and you're in the chat with everybody that you can speak to, from the front desk to the dispatchers and everyone in between. So the company is pretty good when it comes to management. So the last pro will bring me to the fact that you get paid for every mile that you drive. So you don't have to wait until your load is delivered to get paid for that load. You get paid for all the miles you complete up until the pay period ends. You get paid up until the actual mile that you complete. So you don't have to wait until Monday or Sunday when you finish your load. You can actually get your pay for the amount of miles you completed before the trip itself is actually completed. All right, guys, so we summed up all the pros. So every company has its goods, and every company has its bad. So what's bad to you may not be bad to me. What's good to me may not be good for you. So with that being said, the first con I would say about this company is the fact that the home time is kind of short. And I say that because let's say I'm on the road for 4 weeks. When you come back home, you got to be home for at least, I think, like 4 days, and then you go back to work on the 5th day. Now, they do change this a lot. So at one point, you could even be home for 7 days, and then you're back on the road on the 8th day. Now, that's a very long home time. But even though this is a con, it may not be a con if you don't mind being home for a short amount of time. You know, we all know that the moment we leave the truck, we're spending money, so we're not making money being at home. And with that being said, I've never really followed any rule. I've been with 3 companies, and they tell you got to be home for a certain amount of time. If I choose to be home longer than that, then I'm being home longer than that. There's nothing that they can do really. But you know, that's what they require, and that's what they want. But if you choose to be home shorter than that or be home longer than that, then like I said, if you can work with the company and work with your team driver, and you guys can work it out. All right, so the second con, and like I said, once again, this may not be a con for you, it may not be a con for someone else, but at a certain point, this wasn't a con for me, but now it is. So like I said before, you are a 1099 contracted employee, so that means you don't get any benefits at all. So if you're in the market for a 401k or, I don't know, medical benefits or healthcare or something like that, this job doesn't give you any kind of benefit. This job doesn't give you the benefits like that. They just give you pretty much, they give you some kind of insurance that if something happens to you while you're driving, you can still get paid. So I forgot what it's called, but it's some kind of accident something. So that's pretty much all you get. But there's no benefits at this job. You know, this is not a W-2 job. It's 1099. So most 1099 contracted jobs won't give you benefits. Now this for me is the biggest con. This company does micromanage you from the moment you pick up, before you even pick up your load, to while you pick up the load, while you're dropping it off, and before you get your next load. They're going to be micromanaging you, you know, man, you know, like making sure that you're there at the right place at the right time, making sure that you're up, making sure that you don't stop too long. And like I said, even though for me this is a con for me because I'm a competent driver. I can handle all of this stuff. myself, you know, but maybe for someone that's new or someone that's not as responsible, they might actually need the micromanaging so that they don't, you know, they're not, so that they're not late on their loads or at the wrong place at the wrong time, you know. So this may be a good thing for the right person, but for me, this is a con. I'm a competent driver, responsible, and I can get to my load on time without someone telling me or checking upon me to get there on time, you know. Another big con is the 34-hour resets. So this company, like I said, you get a lot of miles, but you don't get a lot of 34-hour resets, and that's because you run on a lot of recaps. So you're gonna run recaps, you know, for a while until you run out of hours, especially if you're not running a whole day. You know, you're running maybe from, I don't know, like 6 p.m. to like 6 a.m. in the morning or somewhere around there. You only ran for 6 hours in one day. You have 6 hours of, you know, of recap that's gonna come back to you. So you're gonna keep on running until you get your hours completely depleted. Or let's just say you might have to bring a truck into a shop, and Penske may take a couple hours to get your truck fixed. Now those couple hours are gonna come back to you in a couple more days. So you may run without doing a recap for a while, and I mean it's a con for me because I get tired of driving on the road for so long. But at the end of the day, come on, Luna. At the end of the day, the more you drive, the more you get paid. So we are here to drive, right? So a con for some, maybe not so much of a con for others. So what goes hand in hand with running and not having the 34-hour resets means they're running a lot. So that could be a con if you're not used to running a lot. For me, it was a con when I first started driving. I wasn't used to that. You know what I'm saying? Like 5,000 miles in a week, you know? But I got used to it. So if you're not used to running a lot, it's going to be a con for you to be running the amount of miles that you do run with this company. I got used to it, and honestly, I feel like it was for the better. At least now I know if I go if I go to any other company, I can run 5,000 miles. You know what I'm saying? Or I can run a lot of miles and not be exhausted. You know what I mean? So, like I said, even though it's a con, at the end of the day, there's also a silver lining. So I don't want to sound like I'm trying to, you know, talk good about this company too much. I want you guys to have an opinion based off of the facts, right? So even though I've said these cons aren't really major cons, just think about it in the terms of what you consider a con. So one thing that I can say for sure is that is a con that we both can agree. This company has a lot of loads that are with Amazon. Amazon does not want their drivers to be stopped for more than 45 minutes at a time, which I understand. You know, you're hauling an Amazon load. If a thief comes along and gets that trailer, Amazon is out of a lot of merchandise and a lot of people are not going to get their products. But with that being said, as a driver, you know, sometimes I have more than enough time to get from point A to point B. I can stop for longer than 45 minutes, you know. So the company will try to get you moving before that 45-minute mark goes, just because Amazon is going to be on their back trying to make sure that we don't stay that long. So, you know, we can't stay too long for Amazon loads. We can't stay for longer than 45 minutes for the most part. Like I said, there's always a case-by-case situation. So with that being said, that leads into the next con of this company. So most of their loads are Amazon. So if you can't stop for more than 45 minutes when you're doing an Amazon load, that means you're not going to have much time to even take a shower, maybe wash your clothes, maybe even grab some food. Sometimes it does take longer to do these things. You know, it takes a certain amount of time to even pull in to be able to get your order or get to the laundry or wait your turn in the shower. So it can get into the way of doing personal personal stuff that you want to do. But you can also work with the company and they'll give you time to do these things. So I really don't have much cons about this company, but the last con I do have is most companies, when you do something that's wrong or something that's not allowed, they might give you a strike. Maybe they'll give you a verbal warning, then they'll do like a written warning and then a final warning. You know, like we've all had those jobs where they give you warnings and chances before they give you a termination or whatever the case may be. This job, they don't give you verbal warnings and written warnings and final warnings and so forth. They just go straight to your paycheck and say, listen, you did something that you ain't supposed to do. They're gonna dock your paycheck by $100. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever infraction that you incurred, they're gonna, you know, dock your paycheck the right or the corresponding amount. So I don't like my paycheck being messed with. So I think we can all agree that's a con. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up really and truly, guys. I'm gonna go through the pros and the cons really quick one more time, and then that's it for the video, guys. So just to summarize, is Top Notch worth it? Once again, the pros are the fact that this job is very consistent. They will hire you with little to no experience. They pay you a bonus for staying out longer. This is a 1099 job, so you don't get taxes taken out of your check. And you do get hella miles. You can get paid either by cent per mile or by salary. This job and the management is professional. And this is not a scam. You will get a legal job that's going to pay you legally to do legal things. They do pay for your tolls, your pre-pass, maintenance on the truck. Good communication from management. And they do pay you for the actual miles that you drive, not for the trip miles. You know, you're paid by the miles that you actually complete. Now the cons are the fact that, sorry man, my dog is acting up. So the cons are the fact that they can have a kind of short home time. You don't get benefits. You know, it's not like a health insurance job and so forth. You're not gonna get benefits. No 401k. They do micromanage you. You're not gonna get a lot of 34-hour resets. You will get them, but you do run on recaps a lot. You do, and that's because you run a lot. That's the next con. Another con is that you pretty much can't stop for more than 45 minutes when you're doing an Amazon load, and most of the loads are going to be Amazon, which leads you to the next con, which is you don't have much personal time to wash your clothes, take showers, maybe eat, or anything like that. You will have time if you ask the company for time. Most companies, they do give you a strike or a warning. This company just dock your pay and they just move on with the rest of their day. So that's it, guys. That's my first video for Vlogmas. Tap in with the like, leave comments, guys. I'll answer them all for you guys. You know that I normally answer all comments. So, you know, I'll see you guys next time. I had to give it back. Call me Mr. Take a bit. Call me Mr. Give it back. Let me know right on her back. She put racks in my Louis bag. That nigga, your life is sad. I would tell you, and I feel the same. Fuck these hoes, I'm born from